The elegant universe, the cosmic reality as it is, and not as we want it to be. Two talks about the elegant universe of Professor Brian Greene. Part 2. Now, in this second and last chat, I am going to propose me too 5 concepts. 1. The basis. 2. The proto-element. 3. A giant in a Lilliputian particle. 4. The universe is all connected. 5. Look who the grass. Let's begin with the first concept, the basis. Question. Does the universe have a basis? Answer. Yes, it has. Could you describe it? Sure, I can. The basis of the universe is everywhere and nowhere. The universe, in fact, has no basis at all because it stands on nothingness of nothingness. And nothingness of nothingness, among other things, means infinite void. A void without boundaries and without limits. This is its real basis. It's from this nothingness of nothingness that everything started. This basis is the basis of the unknown, of the unmentionable. The second concept, the proto-element. The universe was born from a particle, the first particle of matter that we call the proto-element. It appeared spontaneously out of nothingness. The universe has no paternity. No one can claim it except nothingness of nothingness. The universe is a child. The universe is a child of nothingness and of the contingent. It exists, but it could also have not existed. Its name is, as we said, the unmentionable. The species who are born and disappear in its belly can give it all the names they want while they are there, as we are doing now. But these names will be local and temporal. They will disappear with the species that have invented them. In the universe, everything can happen, and at the end of the end, it is as if nothing has ever happened, because everything will disappear without leaving a trace. These characteristics of the universe have nothing to do with our will, with our ideas, wishes, subjectivity, interests, ideals, vision of it at all. These characteristics are its characteristics, and so they will remain. The third concept, a giant in a Lilliputian particle. In the proto-element there was the whole universe in power. Starting from this proto-element, we'll arrive at the Big Bang. In synthesis, first comes nothingness of nothingness, then only nothingness, then the proto-element, then the first nuclear reaction, then the first Big Bang, and so on till our days. It's wrong to think that our universe started with the Big Bang. When the Big Bang happened, the universe already had at least 14 billion years on its shoulders. The fourth concept: the universe is all connected. The universe is what it is. And what does it mean? The universe is what it is? It means that the universe is a chaotic mass of phenomena that appear and disappear in a world without a name. This phenomenon is born, grows, and dies without itself knowing it. In fact, the universe doesn't know anything about itself. It doesn't have a conscience. We are its conscience. A stone doesn't know it's a stone. A stone doesn't know anything. It doesn't know if it's going to be melted by the lava of an erupting volcano nearby, or reduced to pieces by a crusher, or if it's raining, snowing, freezing. A stone doesn't have a conscience or a life. It is just an object, exactly like the universe. In this context, the micro and the macro are the same thing. The fifth concept: look at the grass. If I want to be objective, write to the acid test and describe the universe as it is, and not as we want it to be, we should say that the universe is dominated in all aspects, ultimately, by blind acts that can be defined in human terms: eat or you'll be eaten. This eat or you'll be eaten should be understood in this way. In inanimate matter, stars eat other stars, etc. In animate matter, animals eat other animals, etc. This is the law, the rule, the way the universe works. At the end of its blind conduct, the universe will be annihilated by nothingness of nothingness that has created it. Voila, look at the grass. With this final episode, the universe concludes its existential cycle. Differently said, the universe has appeared out of nowhere, and it will disappear into nowhere. The universe stands on nothingness of nothingness, on something without bottom, without light, without shape, without particles, just a limitless phenomenon full of darkness and empty space. The universe, if compared with the infinite void that surrounds it, is like a soap bubble floating in it. This is the space in which the universe inhabits. The rest is blathering nonsense in the style of Brian Greene, the famous professor of Columbia University in New York. I know this vision of the universe is not popular. How could it be? But what can we do if this is the real nature of the universe? The question of the question at this point is, for mankind, is it better to live with the lies or with the truth? Before concluding this reflection on the universe and about Brian Greene's book, The Elegant Universe, I wanted to say a few words more about the sky. Everybody knows that the sky has always been a paradise for the imagination and still remains so. In these last years, thanks to the new astronomical priests, the sky has been transformed into a Gruyere cheese, full of holes, wormholes, black and white holes, and they, the new astronomical priests, continue undisturbed and without shame to say all what they want and how they want, because they know for sure that no one can contradict them, because from the undiscovered country no visitor returns, as Shakespeare puts it. Another thing that I want to say is this. Who am I to talk like that of this famous scientist and professor Brian Greene from Columbia University of New York? I answer this question by saying, I am one of the 7 billion souls who live on the planet Earth, and as such, I am entitled to ask him to demonstrate what he's talking about with real facts. If he can't demonstrate anything, he should stop insulting 6 billion 99 million 99,099 souls with his nonsensical blah blah. Last but not least, if Professor Brian Greene wants satisfaction, not like Hollywoodian Western style films, please, but between a scientist and a free thinker. I can't deprive him from this treat. I challenge him, therefore, to a public chat. If he is able to demonstrate that his theory of strings, the elegance of the universe, the theory of everything, quantum mechanics, and the existence of time are true existing physically and factually phenomena, and that they don't stand upon an infinite void, I'll commit suicide. But if he doesn't, if he is not able to, he is the one who is going to commit suicide. After all, I am sure that Columbia University of New York can survive without such a scientist.